don't nobody want to go through right now what I'm going through with my family.
The past 3 weeks have been like a nightmare for Emma Lowery and her family. Her daughter, 28-year-old Jackqueline Lowery, was in the prime of her life when she got sick with coronavirus. She says Jackqueline was teaching and coaching volleyball at Darlington Middle School while raising her 13-year-old daughter and 8-month-old little boy.
I am 63 years old, and I'm just asking God to give me the strength to go through, Lord, yes, Lord, to go through what I'm going through.
Jackqueline's first cousin, Jessica Brigman, is a nurse at McLeod Regional Medical Center in Florence. She's treated hundreds sick with the virus since the pandemic and knew how quickly things could turn for the worst.
I walk my floors, and I talk to God about it over and over again, and I would not dare question God. I always thought she was coming back home and she was going to give her testimony. We wouldn't be giving it for her.
Jackqueline's mother says her daughter was breastfeeding her 8-month-old son and wasn't sure if it was safe to get vaccinated. The CDC says it is safe for breastfeeding women to get the COVID vaccine. Jackqueline Lowery's family is now urging people to get vaccinated.
I don't have to give them any more data. I don't have to give them any more reasons. If anybody asks me why they should get the vaccine, I'll show them her picture.
I love my daughter, I love my community, I love my family. Please get the shot and save your life.
Amani Puyol died last week. Now, her brother, Stefan Kelly, says she spent 3 weeks in the hospital fighting the coronavirus. He says she had asthma and had to be put on a ventilator. And Kelly says the day they finally got to visit her in the hospital, his little sister died.
All of a sudden, she's having to turn for the worse. So that hurt her. And I know that it does weigh on all of us. She was 14. She spent her entire time sedated, not around family, in this hospital setting, which can probably be terrifying. You're lonely.
Amani was a 9th grader at Darlington High School and was not vaccinated. Her brother says he hopes the district will impose a mask mandate or allow more students to be a part of the virtual program. Now, here's part of a statement from district leaders, quote, "As educators, it is our life's work to help our students build a bright future. When their future is cut short, there are no words to sufficiently express our deep sorrow." Brett Hopkins Jr. wants his old lawyer back on the case and a part of his defense team. Now, the state is seeking the death penalty against him in the shooting of 7 police officers during an ambush outside his home. That was back in October of 2018. 2 of the officers died, and Hopkins' lawyers filed a motion last week asking the judge to consider allowing his former lawyer back on the case. Now, she had worked on the case for free since April of 2019, but asked to be relieved last June. She told the judge she'd spent countless hours on that case and wasn't getting paid, and that just wasn't practical. Solicitor Ed Clements says he's concerned that taxpayers could be paying for a 3rd attorney in addition to the 2 already appointed to represent Hopkins.
They want to have the citizens here be responsible for paying for 3 lawyers. I do have a problem with that. And you got 2 good lawyers that have been appointed by Your Honor pursuant to the statute. Where do we end?
The judge will make a decision at a later time. We have requested information to find out how much Hopkins' defense will cost you, the taxpayer.
From a single rose to bouquets, a wreath, and balloons, Lake City community members, fellow officers, and city leaders stopped by today to pay their respects to Lieutenant John Stewart, who died following yesterday's police pursuit. During a press conference yesterday, city and county officials spoke about a man well respected in the community.
He had a desire in his heart to be the best that he could be, and he emphasized that every day.
He is a hero from Lake City Police Department. He is not only a police officer here in Lake City, but he's been a member of our community. He is a well-respected officer and very professional in all that he has ever done.
A spokesman with the Florence County Sheriff's Office released today that they've arrested Jermaine Ryan Roberson in connection to the incident. He's charged with assault and battery, carjacking, failure to stop for blue lights, and kidnapping. The release says Roberson approached the vehicle, stated he had a weapon, got in, and told the victim to drive. Deputies say he eventually pushed the driver out of the car and while being chased, struck a pedestrian. Florence County deputies later performed a pit maneuver to stop the suspect and take him into custody. State police is investigating the incident that claimed Stewart's life. At this point, they haven't said what led to his death. Community members say they were at a loss hearing the news.
To know that there is maybe a child or a mother, a wife, they're not going to have that husband or that father to come home, and everybody's just close with the police department. Like you said, it's a small knit community. And
bad thing for the community to know that something like that happened, in a little small town.